Hello there, Treasure family. This is Doug coming to you once again up here at the shop. What I want to do today is I'm going to show you, I've decided to upgrade the lighting in here. I mean, it's just so dim. If you look over here, I mean, I have to get a flashlight to be able to see anything. I mean, I have to get a flashlight to look at some of these names on these DVDs and stuff. And then obviously, I mean, this stuff here, you can't even hardly see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace all of these old T12 and T8 fluorescent lights. I mean, they just don't put out much light. And I'm replacing them with that. I mean, those things, I mean, you can just see how bright it is back there. And I mean, I've got enough, and the thing I found out was I got some just to experiment to see how many I'd have to get to replace what's in here. What, you know, and I wasn't sure whether I'd need the to replace every, you know, lamp for lamp, or if I could get by with, you know, maybe about half of that many. Well, this is how many I've got. This is 16. I've put 2 in here, and I mean, before, you've seen how dim it was over there. Before in here, there was 6 lamp fixtures in here, and this is just 2. There's 2 fixtures in here, and you can see how bright it is. I mean, you can see everything clearly, and that's just with 2. It's a little dark in here, so I got one to go right up here in this spot here, and I put one back here. Just to see how much difference it would make. And I mean, you can see just how bright that is over there. Of course, this is junky. I've been going through all of these small appliances and testing them out, making sure all of them work, and the ones that don't, I've got down here that don't work, and trying to get it clean. You know, you can see I got tires piled up back here. I went through all of these clothes. In here, I had like 20 or 30 bags, boxes, and totes of clothes. And I went through every one of them and separated out about 16 bags. And I give them to a charity thrift store in Clarksburg that they were in need of clothes. And I went through, picked out the stuff that I wanted to keep. Because, I mean, you can see I got 6 racks of clothes in here altogether. 3 double racks and 3 single racks. Plus, I made a thing here to hang all these little coats on. I've got all them. That's all hoodies over there. I mean, that's you know, crazy, man. I mean, all them hoodies. Over there. I mean, that's all. There's a few odds and ends like FR's clothing, fire retardant clothing that I've got over pieces of them, but the rest of them's all hoodies. And so what I'm going to do is these 3 here is going to get replaced. Over here, what I did, these are going to get replaced, but I tuck and hung chains down here because I wanted it kind of in the center, and so that the cabinets here would get more light and get more light here. But now, as you can see, they kind of jury rigged these things. They got this hard wiring here. So what I'm going to do initially, I've got a plug strip over here. You can daisy chain up to 3 of these lights. You can take I'll have 3 lights here, and I can just plug one light into the next light, because on every light they got a little receptacle built into the end of it. So I can take and daisy chain them together, and then I can just go over here and plug into this plug strip for right now, or either into this receptacle, either one. And then at the end of the day, when I close up, I'll go up in the attic up there, because all they did is they took and went from here over to here, and from here over to here. They just looped it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect all that, and I'm going to take and mount a box here a junction box and run the wiring into that junction box and put a receptacle on it, and then I can just plug into that, and it'll be on the switch over here. Because otherwise, and the thing is, it's nice about these fixtures is they're switched too. So you can put a chain on them if you want. You can see here, it's got a chain, so you can always just, and then see, like with these here, these are the same way. They're hardwired, but all these out here in the middle are just plugged in. You can see this is what I'm going to do with those that are hardwired. I'm going to do just like this. I'm going to mount a box with a receptacle in it. And since they can be daisy chained, I don't need a double gang box like that. I can just put a single gang box up there, which I may do a double one anyway, just to have the extra places to plug into. And you can see my cat went down there and it's up under that cabinet. But now where these lights, I'm not putting back over here. I'm putting them right down through here because I think it will give me plenty of light over here. It'll light over there. And temporarily, if I have to, I've got a receptacle over here. I can just run a drop cord over to here for right now and plug into there until I can get up here and redo this wiring. And it's the same thing. They tuck and run a wire. This is the main wire coming in. This is the main power coming in. And then it just is a jumper going from there over to that one over there. Well, I'll pull all that out, and because I won't need it. And then I can put a junction box here with a double receptacle box like them right there, and then I can take and run from off the end here right over there and plug into it. Be real straightforward. And as you can see, I mean, it's crowded in here, but I'm working on it. I got all this stuff over here. This is all Christmas stuff, and I'm kind of like having a sale on that stuff. I got a little hot water heater over here. I'm thinking about keeping it for our cabin. I think it'd probably be plenty for that little cabin down there. It's like 25 gallon or something, because it's just got a little shower in it and a couple of little sinks, and that's, it don't really need much more than that. And I put one of these lights back here, and I'm gonna tell you, I had a 2-bulb fluorescent in here, and which I haven't done anything here. I think I could put one in here and it would light up this whole room, because you can see, I'll show you in here, I got to put a string on it, but I mean, look how bright this room is. This is the book room. There's all these books in here. And then I use my shipping box. This is where I put my eBay shipping boxes at, so that I got a variety. It's kind of the only place I really got to put them. I could break them down and just, stack them up, and it'd probably be, look at my cat. She's following me around. She's probably mousing. And you can see I got a little water here. I got to get out this when it warms up. I got to get around there and dig a trench around there, because it's filled up with stuff and water's getting up above there and coming up under the wall. That's the problem with this place. It's backed up. There's a big hill behind it, and it ain't but about 3 feet off of it, 4 feet, something like that, off of the back of the building. So everything that comes down off of that hill does that. It builds up down there, and then it makes it so that it floods when it rains. It just washes down there. So I got to make a provision, try to get that dug back out, get all that debris out of it. But anyway, the same thing here. It's got that hard wire in there. I'm going to have to replace all that, put a box here, and you can see they've done the same thing. They got it going from there up through the ceiling, and then down over to there, and from there down to that one down there. Now that one on the very end down there, that's the night light. Or not that third one there, but this light here, this is the night light. And I think I'm just going to leave it, you know, it stays on after you cut everything off. It stays on. Now these are T8 lights, so they're more modern than those ones over there. Those ones over there are T12s. That's a T12. So what I might do is I might take one of these T8s and put there, because this is more efficient. It supposedly puts out the same amount of light as that. Put this over there, and what I'm doing, I'm going to sell those. These are ones I've already took down, and the ones that was back at the back there. I mean, this is how many I've got that are good lights. And you know, somebody's got a little shed or a little garage or something that they want to put some lighting in. You know, for the price, I got them like $20 a piece. If they buy enough of them, I'd knock some off of it. You know, if they'd like buy them all or something, you know, I'd give them a better price. And that's what I'm going to do with these. These here, these are T8s. But those right there are the only T8s I got in here. Well, this one here. And that one's going to get replaced. And you can see it's just plugged in right here. And what I'll be able to do is, see, I've got that one plugged into a drop cord that's going down to there. Well, what I want to do, because my cash register is plugged in here, and again, this is switched. So when I turn the light switch off over there, it turns off all these lights. Well, I want the cash register and the credit card machine to stay hot all the time, plugged up all the time. Well, I'm going to take that drop cord and run it over to there and plug it in that receptacle over there, because that receptacle stays hot all the time. And then take that. What I can do, I believe I'll have enough length of cord from that end to come over here and plug in, and I can take that light and plug it into the end of it. I'll show you on this one over here. You can see how it's got a receptacle in it. You can see right there on the end, it has a receptacle. It's got a receptacle right there where you can plug another light into it, so you can daisy chain them. But you can only do 3. You can't do any more than that on a string, because it just draw more than 20 amps, and you can't do that. But anyway, just thought I'd kind of let you folks see what I'm going to do. This is the part 1, the before, and then I'll do a part 2, the after, to show you the difference. And so I'm going to knock it off here. And thanks, folks, for watching. Subscribe, hit the notification button, leave a thumbs up. And we'll get back on the next video. Have a nice day.